March 22nd of this year was the day that this video was released, where the Princess of Wales announced that she was starting cancer treatment. That was 78 days ago. Now, if you're in the camp of people who believe that that video was AI, and by the way, I'm in the camp of people who believe that that was really her. Yes, the video was kind of weird looking, but I believe it was her. But if you're in the camp of people who believe that the actual last sighting we've had of Kate Middleton was on Christmas Day 2023, then it has been 165 days since we have seen the Princess of Wales. That is unacceptable. And before you tell me, well, she needs her privacy, she's going to treatment and she's going through all of this, just give her space. Kate Middleton is a public figure. She is a member of the royal family. She has an obligation to show her face and to show the public that she's alive, that she's still well, that she's mentally in a position where she can still do her duties as the future queen of the UK. Kate Middleton does not have a right to privacy. Isn't that what the royalists told Harry and Meghan when they asked to pull back and maybe reduce the number of public engagements? Didn't part of the public demand to see more of them, saying, if you're going to be living off of taxpayer money, then you need to face the taxpayers. Cancer treatment is no excuse for a senior royal member to go into hiding. Look at King Charles. The man is almost 80 years old. He's going through full chemo treatments, and he has not really taken much of a break. And even while he was on a break, he showed his face. And now, I don't know if he's post-treatment at this point, but I know that we have been seeing the king everywhere. He has been attending engagements. He is shaking hands with the public. Something that people say, if you're going through cancer treatment, you're not supposed to be doing that because your immune system is shot. So you really should be staying away from people. The king is not doing any of that. He is showing his face. He is still attending engagements. And the fact that Kate Middleton, in her announcement, said that she was going to be going through a round of preventative chemotherapy, meaning I don't have detected levels of cancer now, but we're just going through a milder level of chemotherapy just to kill off any cells that might be hiding. And she has not even released a photo, hasn't even released a statement, an official statement from her office as the Princess of Wales? And you don't think that's strange? Now, I have done videos in the past talking about the royal family, specifically about Harry and Meghan, and I've been very open about the fact that I am a supporter of Harry and Meghan, but I've also been very critical of some of the things that I've observed them doing in the past. And even in my support and admiration of Harry and Meghan, I have expressed my admiration for Catherine. I have admired how she has handled herself under the glare of the spotlight, even at some very difficult times. I don't know if you remember, but when she was just married, some nude pictures of her were released to the public that were taken with a long lens of Kate and William on their honeymoon when they were on a private beach, and she decided to just sun herself au natural. A paparazzo invaded their privacy, took those photos, and they were published onto the internet. That is something very, very traumatic when you have just become an official member of the royal family. And it's something that she could have complained about. She could have written books about it. She could have gone on interviews crying about the lack of privacy and how unfair it was and blah, blah. And she didn't do that. She faced the public with that stiff upper lip. After a statement was released, I believe, condemning the invasion of privacy, she continued to face the public with dignity and with confidence. And I admired that about her. And I have said so in the past. But seeing how this situation has been handled, this latest situation of Catherine just completely falling off the face of the earth, I wonder if Kate is even in charge of what is going on. If she is somebody who is in charge of the narrative that is being put out there by the royal family. And what a disorganized narrative has been put out by the palace. First, they announced that she went in for a scheduled operation, which sounded very disingenuous because she had to cancel several events in order to go in for her operation and then have the rest and recuperation that follows such an operation. If it was really scheduled ahead of time, why were there events that were scheduled that you then had to cancel? Okay, that was first. Then we were told that she was home and she was resting and she was doing very well. Even though no photos of her leaving the hospital were shown, there was no statement from the princess thanking the public for their prayers and their concerns and assuring them that she was doing very well. Then a poorly edited photo was released on the UK's Mother's Day. The photo was so badly edited that news organizations put out a kill notice on the photo, meaning we don't believe this photo, so we will not be publishing it, and if we sent it out to anybody, we're taking it back. Then there were these short, informal statements put out by the princess through her Instagram page instead of just releasing an official statement through her office with the letterhead. Then there were a series of photos that were very grainy. You couldn't really make up what they looked like, that were released to kind of try to quiet the skeptics. And then this video with this person that we don't know who that is, but we know that is not Catherine. Because a few days after this fake appearance was put out there, the real Kate, in my opinion, sat down and gave us this statement on March 22nd. And if you look at the shape of the two faces, you know that this person is not Kate. And then since that video, poof, we haven't seen her. We haven't heard from her. No official statements have been put out. No updates. All we have been getting is a series of announcements and retractions. Oh, she'll be back by Easter. Oh, no, she won't. Oh, she'll be back for the trooping of the colors. No, she won't. You know what? Maybe she'll make an appearance for the D-Day remembrance. No, she didn't. And then a couple days ago, a very cryptic message from sources close to the family saying that Kate may never go back to her royal duties. What is happening? What is going on? This is not normal. It's not even something that should be happening for such a visible person. Queen Elizabeth very famously said, the royal family has to be seen to be believed. Now, what did she mean by that? Obviously, people believe in the royal family because we've seen them. We know that they are real. But what she meant is for us to continue to be seen as a needed institution in government and in just the regular lives of our subjects, we have to be out there. We have to be seen as a reassuring presence, meaning if we ever were to go away, because we were seen so much, people will miss us if this institution were to be discontinued. And so the only thing that's really going to keep us in power is if we become a ubiquitous part of our subjects' life. If people are constantly seeing us, going to events, shaking hands, cutting ribbons, holding babies, doing all these useless things that the royal family does, if they are not out there showing their faces and showing how much they are needed to maintain the normalcy of life in the UK, what's the point of continuing to keep us around? Why would the taxpayers want to keep supporting us if we're just going to be in the shadows, living our luxurious lives behind our palace walls? See, the Queen, she had a lot of things that are questionable and they are not to be admired. But one thing I admire that woman, she understood PR. She understood public relations. She understood the crucial role that marketing plays in the institution of the royal family. The royal family is a make-believe institution. Nobody needs them. There is nothing that they do, there is no service that they provide that is indispensable for life in the UK. If the royal family were ever done away with, I guarantee you, UK citizens, that your life would continue to be exactly what it is. The National Treasury would have a lot more money because you wouldn't be sending that money to those people, but the quality of your life would not go down. But the reason why you hold on to them is because they have become a part of your nostalgia. All you remember is them always being around. So them not being around would feel strange. Like, where did they go? They're always around. But what happens if senior members of the royal family stop being around? If they stop showing their faces? William is not really doing that much. The king and Camilla, whatever you want to think about them, they are out there hustling. They are showing their faces. They are doing what they have to do to continue to convince the public, see, we're always around. You don't want to miss us. But what about Kate, the shining star of the royal family? That shiny, bright thing that was dimmed for a while when the next shining thing, Meghan Markle, came along. Well, Meghan is out the picture, and she was back to being the shiny, luminous member of the royal family that everybody wanted to see. Where is she? Nobody is asking Kate Middleton to go out and lead out in a marathon or go out there kissing babies and cutting ribbons. Right now, she's probably too weak to do any of that. But show us a picture, professionally edited to make you look as good as you can, because we can imagine she's not really feeling good if the chemotherapy is not agreeing with her. And I can imagine somebody like her who had such a hard time with her pregnancies. She suffered from this condition, I'm going to put the name, which causes women to have excessive vomiting. It is well known that one of the side effects of chemotherapy is vomiting. And if this is something that is already a problem for her, I can only imagine what she's going through, what her body has been going through for the last 2 months. But you could sit down for a professional photographer and have the best editors using filters and all kinds of things make you look, yes, frail and weak, because they need to see that you are going through it, but also beautiful and well put together, and still showing that strength, that stiff upper lip that you were so good at displaying. You could have that arranged so that it can be released to the public, so that they can see you. You're still here with us. You're still strong. You're still doing what you have to do to maintain the normalcy of the institution. But in her absence, all kinds of conspiracies are just flourishing on the internet. People think she's no longer with us. People think she is locked up in a loony bin somewhere. People think that her and William are going through a contentious divorce and he won't let her out and speak until she signs some kind of documentation. There are so many stories out there. And you know why they're out there? And you know why they are somewhat believable? Because you are not controlling the narrative. And that is the lesson of this video for today. Control your narrative and tell your own story. When your story has holes in it, it's easy for other people to patch it up with their own interpretation of what's going on. And for an institution as long-lasting and long-standing as the royal family, it is imperative that they control the story of what's happening by carefully curated, expertly managed and handled storytelling through their PR machine. Where is the strategy? Where is the PR? Where are the photos? Where are the statements? Kate should be releasing at least a statement a month, giving her opinion on issues of the world, reassuring the charities that she is the patron of, sending messages to families, to people going through cancer treatment. She really should be, and when I say she, She has staff that can handle that for her if she's not in the right frame of mind. There could be staff that could be using the letterhead of her office to be releasing all these statements. Make her talk and say hello, have audio over some glossy video showing her charity still moving along, because that's one of the stories that the palace put out. Oh, she may not be out there working, but she's at home working from her computer, supporting her charities and doing all these things. Where is the proof? I don't know if that's the strategy, if they're slowly trying to erase her from the public's memory so that she can be replaced by who knows who. I don't want to be sharing in the gossip mongering, but something is not right. And they need to do right by her. If not for her, for the children. I just know that what is happening is not being done correctly. The longer this goes on, the more strength the narrative that is being put out there is going to gain. And I don't know if the family will be able to recover from this. Like I said in the last video I made, pray for Kate. Pray for her children, and God help them. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.